All right. So, what's up, everybody? It's about time that we have another production update about the Vital Watch. Wave 1 is approaching the end here, and I wanted to talk about the conclusion of this, the things I've learned, and then also talk about Wave 2 and what's going to happen with that. So, without further ado, let's wrap things up a little bit here. Now that Wave 1 is just about finished, and I've got about 30-something boxes under my desk here, I want to talk about my Etsy shop and kind of what's going on with that. So as some of you guys know, my Etsy shop is currently on vacation mode, or it's on hold. Some of you guys maybe have tried to answering me, asking questions, and you've got like an auto reply message and then followed by like my actual human response. Basically, Etsy has said, hey, you've got a large influx of orders that need to be shipped out. So until you ship every single order, you're not allowed to do anything else. So as of right now, it's currently Sunday before Memorial Day, which is a holiday in the United States, and I'm not going to be able to ship these out until Tuesday, which means that it's going to be a little bit longer until I'm able to begin my second wave officially. There are also a couple of stragglers, like I've got about 3 or 4 orders just sitting off to the side that need to be handled by the individual. I either need some bits of information, or I'm just going to get with them privately and then work with them like on a case-by-case basis. For those guys, I'll reach out to you and then we'll kind of go from there. But what that means is that until these boxes are mailed and until those things are sorted out, I'm not able to actually begin the second wave, which means by the time you're watching this, there's probably going to be about 3 or 4 days of a lull before I'm able to get everything going, which is fine because it gives me a chance to talk about some of the challenges and hurdles that I ran along the way, and then some revisions and statistics about Wave 2 that we're going to take as kind of a lesson from the first thing. So if you guys will indulge me a little bit here, the first wave consisted of 90 products. I had 3 pre-modded Vital bracelets that were ready to go. I had 20 conversion services where people would mail me their Vital bracelets and then I would take them in, modify them, and mail them back. And then the remainder, which was 67, were just do-it-yourself kits. They were just mail-in kits that that I send out to you. You guys do it yourself, and then everything kind of goes. And it's been interesting because each of those numbers I had kind of a preconceived notion about them, and some of them were close and some of them were not so much. So my first idea was that the do-it-yourself kits, I was expecting to play a lot more support. Now granted, about half of the 67 customers have actually received their kits, right? But out of those 30-something, I only had maybe like 2 questions, and they all seemed pretty easy. We actually solved everything within the minute. So it seems like assembly has been going pretty well for the most part, even for people who are not as comfortable with the installation. It seems that my updated installation video guide has helped out quite a bit. As far as the conversion service goes, this one is kind of weird. So the number 20 customers to mail in their Vital bracelets turned out to be kind of the sweet spot. Like, I definitely felt the strain toward the end of the 20. I'm probably not doing more than 20 at a time. So for the spoilers for the next wave, I'm only putting 20 conversion services out there because it takes a lot of time. There's a lot of stress with handling somebody else's Vital bracelet. I want to get them mailed out as soon as possible, and it holds up the rest of the production. So I definitely don't plan on doing any more than 20 in the future. In fact, I would probably, if I had it my way, I would actually do less of them because I'm not doing it again for the money. Like, if I'm going to be handing everyone out the per unit, the DIY kits are more profitable because I spend less time and less effort, and my margins are significantly higher. So personally, I would rather not do this, but I like when people get their Vital bracelets back and they're modified into the watches and they get super happy, and that to me is worth the extra time that I spent to do this. So I'm definitely not increasing that number in the future. We're going to keep it to 20 at the maximum. You may see it less at times, just depending on what my own personal schedule is like, but just know for Wave 2, I'm only going to be putting out 20 of those. The prices I originally lowered because of the shipping issues, but given the amount of time and effort that I put into those, I'm going to keep it at the same price of $70 US plus buyer paying shipping. So keep that in mind and kind of moving forward. And then finally, that brings us at 30, so 10 and 20. Oh, also, I don't know if I talked about it. I just said 10. But I have 10 Vital bracelets here ready to be modified and pre-modded. So these guys are in-house, ready to go. I don't think I'm gonna have them right at launch of Wave 2, but I will have them within the week. So for the people who don't have any Vital bracelets yet and you want to get a hold of one without any of the complications of the original build for the Vital bracelet, the Vital watch will be on sale for you guys. There's going to be 10 of them. I don't see myself doing more than 10 at a time because these are not cheap when you're buying in bulk, and I'm just an individual. But yeah, that's going to be a thing. And then that brings us at 30 total units. And then I'm probably going to be doing like another 70 or maybe even 80 of the DIY kits. So I'm probably looking at either 100 or 110 units. I have all of the parts in-house already available. And then I also have a second printer that I built on stream. So if we look over here, you can see I actually have two Prusa minis. So one there and one here. Pardon my light, but yeah, so I have two of those now, and it looks like production overall has been significantly smoother. Originally, I wanted to get 3 printers, as you guys know, but honestly, these 2 printers have been working wonders, so I don't really see myself getting any more in the future. These 2 are quite capable, and given the time frames that I've been working with historically, I think it just makes sense to keep what I got. And then also, if I decide to move on to other projects, I'm not stuck with like 3 printers and nothing to do, so it just kind of makes sense. So yeah, that's the numbers for Wave 2, if anyone's curious about whether or not they're going to be able to get in. Obviously, since about 90 of you got into the first wave, there's going to be a little bit less of a challenge getting some of these. But looking at my statistics, I still suspect that this is going to sell out within the week. So just keep an eye out. Keep an eye out on my Twitter. Keep an eye out on, or get subscribed to my emailing list for when my shop is back online, because it is going to be a little tricky to get these. Some other stuff that I want to talk about as well. When it comes to order processing, there's a few things that I really got to get over, and I'm going to be updating all of the Etsy listings. So please read the descriptions of what you're about to buy if you are looking to pick one of these up. But when it comes to the conversion services, well, really, first off, just all of them. Again, I'm going to be updating the listings. You'll see newer pictures. You'll see measurements. Some of the things that I actually have, some very commonly asked questions that have already been answered in the product description, I'm going to try to make more visible, probably just like in the pictures or something. I don't know, I'll figure it out. I'll have an updated installation guide as well, which I already have, but I'm going to include the updated link, which is on the front page of my store. But when it comes to the conversion services, if you can avoid sending me your box for shipping purposes, that would be fantastic. I literally just need your bracelet. I don't want any of the original packaging. I don't want any like auxiliary stuff. Just give me the bracelet. Some of you guys have sent me gifts, which is totally cool. I love that, and I appreciate that. That's been really sweet. But just don't give me anything that I have to mail back. That is going to be significantly larger, because it does cost me quite a bit and it does add up. So just something to be mindful of. Also, in regards to custom logos, if you guys look at my Twitter, there are some pictures of custom logos, and then again, I'm going to be updating the website, or the Etsy page, about what custom logos are and what they can and cannot be, because you guys have to realize that the watch faces here, this is really, really fine detail. Wow, I look really tired. I was up until 7 a.m. finishing the watches, so man, like my eyes are drooping. But you can see here how fine of a detail this is. And my logo is not exactly the most complex, but it's still difficult in itself to get. And if you go on my Twitter and you look at some of these designs that people have created, it really shows how small the details can be, but also how limiting that lack of detail is as well. So the reason I bring this up is because for everybody who's ever asked me about a custom logo, I just want to get this out now. I'm going to be more strict about custom logos moving forward on Wave 2. What I mean by that is I'm not going to baby as many people this time around, and if you don't give me what I need, I'm just going to tell you to look at this. I'm going to make a guide in the next day or two, and I'm just going to tell you to refer to that guide, because I've spent countless literal hours either waiting for responses or fixing people's prints, fixing people's DXFs, finding them suitable images, going on Photoshop and modifying the image, going on CAD, AutoCAD and modifying the DXF. it's too much work. And then on top of that, I still have to print the thing and make sure that it looks good even after I make it. So moving forward, I've got a set of guidelines that I'm going to require, and I don't think it's that difficult. You basically just find a suitable image, you convert the image into a DXF, and you can just Google PNG to DXF online. And then once you get that, you can throw your DXF file into an online CAD viewer, like there's like ncode.com.org. There's also beta.sharecad.org, which is what I use personally for all of my projects, not just my watches. But you can use that, and it'll actually show you the DXF in a drawing. And basically, what I need from you guys is I need to have that DXF as clean as possible, because that's basically what my printer is going to follow as far as the toolpath goes. But also, your layer lines cannot be too small, because there are very strict tolerances. And we'll get into that in a later video, but I just wanted to point that out now. I don't want to spend literal hours tweaking images for people when I could be doing other things. So, yeah, that's that. I know some people have also asked, hey, can you give me the DM logo from the Vital bracelet? Can you give me the Crest of Courage and all these other things that, I probably already have? I'm gonna be putting a couple of the logos that I've already created down below in the options in the future. I'm still gonna be charging an extra $5 just because of the time it takes, and I don't think it's fair for somebody to ask me for a custom logo, pay $5, and then everybody else just basically gets a discount. I just want to keep it fair to everybody. And also, quite frankly, I still have to do cleanup work on the custom ones, so it just makes sense. So yeah, that's gonna be that stuff for Wave 2. I think moving forward, because I really don't want to get my account frozen again, I am probably going to be moving the lead times to 3 to 4 weeks. I think what I had earlier was like 2 to 3 weeks. Realistically, I see myself getting a lot of these kits out significantly faster, just because of my whole process is basically streamlined now. I've learned how to make more things in bulk and tighten my tolerances. I have 2 printers now. I have all of my supplies already like pre-packaged and like ready to go. It's just my whole setup has just been a lot more refined compared to when I started this a month ago. With that being said, because of the sheer quantity of orders and the fact that I'm still doing everything manually as one person, if Etsy cracks down on me again and this happens, realistically, I don't want to deal with it again. So I'm just going to set the timer to the lead times to a month, right? And this time around, expect your product to be here in less than that. I would expect, realistically, it's probably going to take you like 2 weeks for you to receive your product. Maybe some of you will get it earlier, some of you will get it later. 2 weeks is the average. I'm putting 4 weeks because I don't really want this situation to happen again, and I don't want my shop to be shut down. Some other housekeeping things as well in regards to my Etsy shop. I'm going to be selling other stuff too moving forward. A lot of people who are interested in my project are not necessarily interested in just a Vital watch. In fact, some of you guys aren't even remotely interested in the Vital watch, and you're just curious about the Vital bracelet, right? And you just want to see the development. I will in the future be selling the full shells and housings, as you see here. So the white watch bands, as well as the white body and the appropriate accessories, like the screws and the buttons and stuff. I'm going to be selling those things as full kits for $20. For people who have damaged their Vital bracelet, and for everybody in the Discord who have been redirecting people to me for spare parts, thank you. That's all been great. But I wanted a more streamlined and accountable way for people to purchase these things without just PMing me all the time. And I have no problems with PMs. It's just easier for my organization. But yeah, moving forward, I'm going to have a couple of these. I'm going to have a dozen of the white ones, and then I'm going to have, I think, 1 black shell. So I guess for some questions about these, no, I will not sell you just the screen, because then I'm left with literally useless parts. For people who want spare bands, specifically white ones, because they want to use RIT synthetic dye to change the color of these, now's your chance for you to do that and get the OEM straps. All of these have been completely unworn and unused. I've just taken them off of existing Vital bracelets and then kind of moved on. For other people who are getting spare Vital bracelets because you're getting like the Ancient Warriors dim and you're getting the version special, If you're curious about selling your Vital bracelet to me, hit me up in a PM and I will consider an offer. I just want to keep in mind, I'm not looking to, like, I'm not a regular consumer. Like, this is the equivalent of selling to almost like wholesale, or selling it not at cost, but potentially at a loss, right? It's kind of like if you, this is a bad example, but like if you go to like a GameStop or something, right? Like you could sell it as a private entity, or you can just do the quick and easy way. I'm the quick and easy way. If you guys have multiple Vital bracelets you're looking to offload, I will take them, but just know that it's going to be easier than selling it on eBay per se, but you might make a little bit less money. So if you don't care about that, or if you have a damaged Vital bracelet that the shell is all jacked up, but the internals are sound, I will take those as well. So just some stuff to think about. For the pocket dim case, this guy here, right? Everybody's been asking like, hey, when are you going to sell this thing? When can I get one? Some bad news. I don't think I'm going to be selling these on Wave 2. I may not even sell these at all. I'm not sure yet. Maybe after Wave 2. So let's get into the more meta things, and let's talk about Vincent's personal life here. So these things take up a lot of time. I have had very little free time, and I do other things besides the Vital Watch. I've mentioned this before on stream and on Discord. I've got other projects going on. The Vital Watch is really cool, but it's not everything I do. As a result of that, some things are just simply not worth my time. And the fact of the matter is that this whole case takes me about 5 hours to make if I make a full case. Yeah, I can probably shorten that to around like maybe 4.5 hours or so. But that is significantly longer than what it takes me to print a full Vital Watch kit. And I'm selling these for $10. So I don't really want to put up with that kind of time investment for something that makes me little money, and for something that, truthfully, I know this looks really easy to print, but my tolerances are significantly tighter than the Vital Watch. And this is actually, for whatever reason, more prone to printer defects and errors than my Vital Watch is. I know the shape and the geometry is really simple, but there's something about the way my printers are set up that it doesn't really like the geometry of this as much. Not to say that I can't do it, but I still have to do some fine tuning, and I haven't really had time to do test prints because each test print takes me 2 to 4 hours, depending on which half, or if I'm doing both halves. So this is not going to be available on Wave 2 because I would rather focus on the Wave 2 stuff. But after Wave 2, I'm taking a mini break from the Vital Watches. I'm not quitting production or anything like that, but after we get Wave 2 done and out of the way, I've got some personal events going on. Again, sorry, this is personal time with Vincent. But my wife and I, when we got married, the venue that we went to held all of our money, and they said that we can't get our money back, but we can have a reception a year later. So at the beginning of August, I'm having my wedding reception, and then I'm going on an anniversary trip with my wife. And I don't really want to spend the month before that panicking about getting things straightened with the Vital Watch in production, and that's just too much that I want to deal with. So during that time, I will be producing the pocket dim cases. The pocket dim cases. Some of you guys have been asking for little dim caps to put on top of your dim cards. I might be doing those as well, but I'll be doing some smaller stuff, and that kind of gives me time to kind of cool off, enjoy myself, take some time from me and my own personal life, and then when I come back toward the end of August, we'll look at doing more Vital Watch kits. And at that point too, there will be more English users who are curious about the Vital bracelet who will be getting their stuff from Premium Bandai, and then we'll kind of just keep going from there. But just know that after Wave 2, it's going to be a little harder to get yourself a Vital Watch because the kits just aren't going to be available. And no, I'm not selling the STLs because I really like what I do and it's fun. I guess as far as like STLs and customs go, a lot of people have asked me, hey, I saw on Twitter that you did a custom red and a custom blue one. Where can I get one of those? What do I have to do? Unfortunately, I'm not doing custom colors for Vital bracelets. The guy who asked me for those specifically asked me way back in, I don't know when that was, April, when I prototyped my original Vital Watch, and I went out and found a 3D printer service, and he was like, hey, I love the color of your prototypes. I really want this, and I'll pay you in advance and do all this. And I didn't have it really a process yet, so he was the lucky one of one. I don't have my printer tolerances set for those unique materials, and it really sucked making them. Between the time it took to switch out filaments and change colors, and then the actual time it took to process things, because the matte filament actually performs and behaves differently than the standard PLA and the metallic PLA, which the metallic PLA suck to work with. But that being said, I do have this guy. This is a custom one-of-one shell. It's using the translucent back cover that you guys saw earlier, and it is all cleared out. There are going to be obviously the occluded buttons and stuff like that. This is going to be a one, and it also has my painted logo. I took the time to paint one of these just for this. It's going to be a giveaway. I'm going to have the giveaway description and everything down below. It's just going to be a link you sign up for. No BS. You don't have to follow me. You don't have to subscribe or like me or any of that bullshit. Cursed. It's been 20 minutes. I can curse. Literally, it's just a straight giveaway, and I will be fronting the cost of everything here. I'll pay for your shipping. Whoever wins the giveaway, it's just going to be via email, so I'm just going to contact you directly via email, and then we can get everything sorted out privately. So I don't care who enters too. If you already have yourself a Vital Watch, you can enter. If you don't have a Vital Watch, you can enter. It doesn't matter. I will not be printing this again. This one was so annoying to print because everything stuck to the translucent coloring. So whoever has this, take good care of it. It's literally a one-of-one. I'm holding it upside down, but I hope you guys will enjoy that too. So I think that's everything. That's been the update. I'm trying to not like go super crazy because I'm tired. I feel like I'm always like, I think this time you can like really tell that I'm tired. So that's it. Also, I just want to say thank you again to everybody who has been really kind and concerned about like my health and stuff. I do want to note that like I do this all the time. Not to say that's a good thing, but I'm up all the time doing other things, and I'm good. Like my body is good. I still work out. I eat well. It's just some nights like this, I end up with like an hour of sleep, and I'm just doing stuff, and that's fine. I'm not going crazy. I understand, personal health and all this stuff. I like staying busy. I like having a million projects. If you guys are curious about some of the other stuff I do, if you're curious about like the game I'm making or the other game I'm making or my app development, my smartwatch development, I know some of you guys have been curious about like the app that I was working on. Well, I was researching. I haven't worked on it quite yet. For those kind of things, if you're curious, feel free to follow me on like Twitch. I do have a Twitch channel that I don't really use that frequently anymore, but I'm probably going to be using more in the future. I might be doing like hangout streams where I install Vital Watches with you guys and just talk, listen to some music. I might play Final Fantasy 14 like very shortly, like probably like in an hour. So if you're watching this, I might actually just be on Twitch playing Final Fantasy 14 for the very first time. So if that's something that interests you, awesome. Feel free to come in and say hi. And yeah, I think that's everything. Again, Wave 2 is going to be starting sometime this week. I will give you guys an update on Twitter as well. Oh yeah, for the most up-to-date info, please follow me on Twitter. I've been using Twitter a lot more recently, and for the first time really ever, I've been keeping up on a consistent basis. So the best way that you're going to be able to find information about the second wave is going to be directly on my Twitter account and on my email listing. So I hope that is everything. If you guys have any further questions, comments, or concerns about anything in regards to Wave 2, Wave 1, getting your product, how do I do this, whatever, then shoot me a comment down here and I'll be sure to answer it. I read literally every single comment I get on these videos. You guys are fantastic, and it's been really fun to interact with everybody here because you guys are just, the Digimon community has been so nice. I've said this before, but it's just unlike characteristically nice. I'm kind of baffled still, even though I've been here for months. What else? I had one final thing that I was going to say, and I don't remember, so I guess I just won't say it. I hate when that happens. But anyways, yeah, that's been it, guys. I will talk to you all probably very soon. Again, there won't be an update for when Wave 2 happens via video. Oh yeah, videos. I will be making a DXF guide for people who want custom logos, probably in the next day or two after I get some sleep. But, stay tuned for that. Keep an eye out for everything. Links down below. It's been nice. Peace.